the usual bus and train ride to the airport took an interesting turn as we stepped into a train filled with Israeli soldiers. At 8:37 a.m., kicking off our third day in Tel Aviv with breakfast at Aroma Cafe. This time, we sat outside to enjoy the view while making the most of our remaining time here. We came here with a hotel booking no detailed plans for the rest of the trip. I did some research, but not as deep as I usually do for our other travels. For this leg of the trip, we chose to slow down and simply follow where each day would take us. We ordered an Israeli morning set. It came with scrambled eggs, a small salad, cheese, tuna, avocado, olives, and bread. And the same chicken salad as yesterday. We enjoyed our meal while quietly taking in the scenes on the street. Our stay at WOM Beach Pod was short but incredibly relaxing. Today marks the day we head back to Dubai. Yesterday, public transportation was back up and running, so we opted for the bus until HaHagana rail station. The bus stop was just a 2-minute walk from the hotel. We only waited 4 minutes when bus 54 arrived. As we hopped on the bus, it felt like we were closing the chapter on this adventure. HaHagana rail station is the 9th stop, around 15 minutes. From the bus stop, just 2-minute walk to the train station. HaHagana rail station is a major railway station in southern Tel Aviv, just 400 meters from the central bus station, making it a key transit hub. With 5 platforms and 5 tracks, it's one of the busiest stations in Tel Aviv, handling over 6 million passengers per year. After experiencing the strict security check-in process in Istanbul on our way here, we wanted to make sure we arrived at the airport early. So we decided to head straight to the airport for our 1:25 p.m. flight. That's what we thought. We got on the wrong train. It didn't go through the airport station. If we had taken the right train an hour ago, we'd already be at the airport. Somehow, we ended up on a train packed with Israeli soldiers. I can feel they are wondering what the 2 of us were doing on that train. We asked one of them for help. At first, we thought they wouldn't assist us based on their facial expression and the language barrier. But as they say, don't judge a book by its cover. Turns out, the soldier was just pulling up his English translation app to help us. With his permission, I took a picture of his phone showing the right directions to the airport. In the photo, you can see all our legs of Israeli soldiers in uniform. We're pretty sure we were the only civilian passengers in the whole train. It was obvious from the soldiers' faces that they were still very young. For safety, we didn't take any videos, but that train ride packed with Israeli soldiers is definitely one we'll never forget. Just when we thought our Israel tour adventures were over when we boarded the bus earlier, turns out they weren't. On top of that, we didn't even know if we'd make it to the airport on time. We arrived at the airport, but the lines were really long. Plus, we knew how strict they were with security checks. Thankfully, there were airport staff already calling out for passengers flying to Dubai. They let us skip the very long line and head straight to the check-in counter. It turned out we were among the last few who hadn't checked in. That's why ground staff was already waiting for us. The security check wasn't as strict. It seems like they're super strict for those entering Israel, but not as much when you're leaving. But still, that was really a close call. If we hadn't been allowed to skip the line, the check-in counter would have already been closed by the time we got there. It's not that we didn't want to stay longer, but we were already ready to go back to our second home. Because the airport was so busy, our flight got delayed. Instead of departing at 1:25 p.m., the plane took off at 2:57 p.m. So we really couldn't close this travel chapter until we actually arrived at our next destination. We are forever thankful to God for giving us the incredible opportunity to visit Israel and Palestine. This journey has been a profound experience filled with unforgettable moments, meaningful encounters, and deep reflections. We feel truly blessed to have been able to walk through this historic land and create memories that will last a lifetime. For anyone who grew up in the Christian faith, visiting the Holy Land feels like stepping into the Bible suddenly. The stories you've known all your life come alive. Walking in places like Jerusalem, the Mount of Olives, and the Garden of Gethsemane brings a deep sense of connection, awe, and reflection. It's a powerful reminder of the roots of your faith and the living history behind it. As we bid goodbye to Israel, we carry these memories with us, hopeful that one day we'll return. For now, we'll enjoy our meal as we settle in for the flight. After almost 3 hours in the sky, we finally caught sight of Dubai's familiar landscape. It's a comforting view, like being welcomed back home. It was our first time flying with Fly Dubai, and overall, it was a nice experience from our flight from Dubai to Istanbul, then Tel Aviv back to Dubai. Landed safely.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit bell button of Paul Tonet for more videos.